everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Josephine. I am French. I have been living in Australia for the last 6 years in Brisbane. I love sewing. I think I've been sewing for the last 5 years. And today I wanted to share with you the process of making my smocked dress. This video is also therapeutic for me because I am trying to gain more confidence in my accent and accepting that it is a part of me. Last Christmas I received a pleating machine. I practiced a little bit making a top for my daughter, and then I bought online a sewing pattern to make a bishop top. So the smokes are all around the colors, but well, if you know me, you know I like to make changes on sewing patterns. So of course, that's what I did. I decided to make a dress and not a top. Okay, breakfast is eaten. Now let's start this crazy long project. For this big day, I decided to wear my new favorite blouse, which is the Nina blouse from Atelier Bernie. I chose a 100% beige linen fabric. It is from the fabric store Brisbane, and I think the color's name is Bone. And then I started ironing the 3 meters of fabric, which took ages, let's be honest. Next step was to draw the sewing pattern on tissue paper. So I chose to make the minimum size possible on this pattern, which was size 10. Usually I will make a 6 or 8 depending, but I didn't have the option on this pattern to make a smaller size, so I just kept size 10. The way I wanted my dress to be was with puffy sleeves, and the pattern I got had only simple sleeves, so I decided to split the sleeve into 2 halves and just add 12 centimeters in the middle. So that will make a bigger sleeve, so I could make gathers at the top, and then I will have my puffy sleeve. Then I reported all the pattern pieces on my fabric and I cut it out. All my sewing patterns pieces were cut. I just had to finish my very strong black coffee and get ready for pleating. Once I cut all the pieces, I sewed the back piece to the 2 front pieces, and then I rolled the fabric around the wooden stick which was provided with my pleater. And then the process of pleating started. I went very slowly but surely. Somewhere that it is very good to alternate 2 different colors when you thread your machine. And I believe it is a very good advice because you're going to be able to see what is 1 centimeter. So here, 1 centimeter will be between 2 black threads or 2 pink threads, and half a centimeter will be the space between 1 black thread and 1 pink thread. Pleating the whole fabric took a little while. I would say about 30 to 40 minutes. I came across two challenges: ensuring I was feeding the fabric through straight, and the second one was going very slowly at the shoulder seam, because you have double layers and I had to pleat really slowly the fabric. It was a little bit hard, but it went very well. I even broke one of the needles 10 centimeters from the end. Luckily, I was able to finish the process by hand. Now my fabric was pleated, I had to figure out which colors I will use to embroider the smocks. Oh, and by the way, today I'm wearing a self-drafted dress. The fabric is a beautiful organic double gauze and it is from France. I got it delivered from my mum. The duty of the day was to distribute the pleats evenly, leaving the upper holding row free, tying off the remaining pleating threads in pairs along the front opening edge. Day 3 in my clematis patterns dress, which is the Cassandra dress. This day is all about embroidering my smokes, so I have to figure out which pattern I will follow and which colors I will use. I decided to use one of the smoking plates I got with a course I paid for. It is a French company named Artisan. Then I recreated the pattern and made what I thought would be my final decision on the thread colors I will use. And it will be pink, beige and white. Very neutral colors, that's my vibes. Following the advice from the smoking course, I decided to use 3 strands of embroidering thread. I only use TMC thread because I believe it is the best. I started embroidering using an outline stitch at the back of my garment. This stitch allows you to make sure the smokes are well held together. And then I started embroidering the smokes at the front. It took me half a day to embroider 1.5 centimeter, so I knew it would be a very long work. Day 4 and day 2 in my embroidering mission. I am wearing Josephine dress from Atelier Bernie. And today it's all about embroidering, embroidering, embroidering. I changed my mind many times about the colors I will use and decided at the end to use a little bit brighter colors that I initially wanted. Day 6, making a slow cooked meal, but also the last day of embroidering, so it was definitely a very exciting day. For this very special day, I am wearing la baoudeuse, which is an utility dress from Française Une Fois. The very good thing about embroidering is that you can watch movies or videos on YouTube, and it makes the process even more enjoyable. At this stage, I just had to embroider little flowers in the lozenges, and then I will be done. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Look at that. Ooh. Look what I've done. Look. Now the embroidering was done, I had to check if the size was matching my broken guide. And then steaming the smoking by holding a steam iron at about 2.5 centimeters above the panel. Once my smoking panel was at the correct size, I removed all the pleating threads. This took a little while because I embroidered the pattern on the pleating thread. So when I pulled out the pleating threads, most of them broke. So next time I will be more cautious. The neckline binding was the scariest thing for me. I was worried to damage the smokes once I would be sewing on them. And luckily, this didn't happen. But better safe than sorry, I decided to sew by hand the other side of the bias. Despite loving embroidering, I am really not a person who loves sewing by hand, but I believe this project made me really like that process. Day 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know anymore, in my sewing room. What can be better than starting the day with such satisfaction? I am so thrilled that I chose those colors and this pattern. I finished the front ties and made more bias. They will become the casings in my sleeves. Before pleating my fabric, I sewed a gathering thread on the shoulders to gather my smokes. This way my smokes will be kept tight, then sewing my sleeves to the shoulders will be easy. You will notice I didn't forget to feed myself. Starting another day with me cutting 2 pieces of an elastic band the size of the circumference of my arms. Then I inserted the elastic using a safety pin through the small unsewn side of the casing, continuing feeding the elastic all the way through until it comes out at opposite side of opening. I love this technique because you can always have access to the elastic band and change it in case you want to adjust its length or if it breaks. Very last step for the sleeves, I sewn one of the tie I previously made to the sleeve. My initial idea was to make a long dress with pin tucks at the bottom and 2 slits, one on each side. But now the sleeves were done, I started doubting. Would I keep the length? Or will I make it shorter? I really liked the style with a shorter dress. I liked the fact that it was a bit more modern. Because my first thought when I saw the dress in the mirror was that it looked a little bit like a medieval dress. I thought about not making the slits on the sides, but it was a bit too tight, so I would not be able to walk properly or climb the stairs. I ended up finding out what was my problem, and it was just that I didn't actually like the way I made the pin tucks, so I decided to change their look. Another day in my sewing room, and such a good day because it is the day I am going to finish this crazy project. Browsing on Pinterest, I ended up finding exactly what I wanted for my pin tucks. So I will make different sizes of pin tucks at the bottom. And finally, I was absolutely sure it was what this dress needed. I made 3 different sizes of pin tucks, 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, and 3 centimeters wide. These were my very last stripes, and I was about to use them for my slits finishing. Again, I decided to hand sew the bias binding on the slits. This way, you cannot see the stitches on the right side of the fabric. Very satisfying last little step. I sewed my little label with my name on it, as well as a little hook to close properly the front of my dress. She was all done. This project took me a long time, about 3 weeks of work, and I am estimating around 24 hours of work, including 17 hours of embroidering. But it was oh so worth it. I hope you enjoyed watching this very first video. It would mean a lot to me if you could give me a like and subscribe to this channel for more sewing videos like this one. I would be very happy to answer any questions you may have, so please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the section below.